Hello, my name is Cassidy-Rice. I am the founder of the NLP Accredited Business Practitioner. And this week we're going to be exploring how do you get comfortable speaking in front of a camera. Yes, we can no longer avoid video. So if you've got a message and you want to get it out there, or you're thinking of starting a business or you're running a business, even if it's a brick and mortar business, one of the greatest opportunities you have to connect with other people is through video. And we see all the major platforms investing huge amounts into video. So we see Google owns YouTube and Facebook are pushing video. Everywhere you go, video is the communication model that is developing the fastest. And there's good reason for that. It enables us to see somebody else. We're visual creatures. We can hear people and it feels like we're connecting. So it's a wonderful way to gain rapport. But there is a learning curve. What surprises a lot of people, now even just my story, I started it off, my journey's been a long time. I started off as one of the shyest people you'll ever meet, low self-esteem, learning issues like you won't believe, all connected to being dyslexic. So my first challenge was building the courage to speak to other people. Then for whatever reason, I found myself starting to speak in front of groups. Wow, it took me a long time to get comfortable doing that. So, and I've been over a decade now where I've been a trainer and I train thousands of people. So I got to the point where I think, you know what, I need to get involved in this video stuff. So I started videoing myself, just like I'm doing now. And what surprised me is that I kind of went, hello, my name is, and I went all wooden, and it took me a while to get comfortable. But luckily I discovered it's not just me. Last month I was helping a trainer, a good friend of mine, who just wanted to be filmed for a couple of minutes to put a video on his website to introduce himself and his services. Now he's been involved in training for decades. He's very personal, he's engaging, he's dynamic on stage. But we set up the lights here, we put the camera on him, and the first thing he did was said, hello, my name is, and I would like to welcome you to my, and he watched it and went, I can't believe I just done that. So if people have been involved in public speaking for multiple years, for decades even, struggle to speak in front of a camera, then if it's just you and you've not done any public speaking before and you get out your camera and you're feeling self-conscious about it, rest assured, we've all been there. So what can we do to minimize that? And remember, it's not about the technology. No. It doesn't matter if you've got fancy cameras, lights, etc. What's important is you get filming yourself. So if you've got a smartphone, you've got all the equipment you need to start filming yourself. Just go ahead and do it. Okay, so not really helpful. So what can be much more helpful? So we're not going to talk about the equipment. Let's talk about preparation. Yes. So in public speaking, we often say for every 5 minutes of speaking on stage, it takes 2 hours of preparation to prepare for that 5 minutes. I know. And yet when we come to sort of filming ourselves, we think we should just be able to do it. So preparation is going to be key. And everyone prepares in various different ways. For myself, when I'm filming something, and normally what I'm filming is about 5 or 6 minutes long, it takes me several days of mulling over different ideas. I jot down some notes, I make some bullet points, and then I run through it 2 or 3 times with the bullet points, and then what I do is I practice without them, and that's all before I turn on the camera. So it can take me, I would estimate, about an hour and a half to 2 hours preparation for a 5 or 6 minute video, which is nothing really. I was reading an article about this guy, and I'll look up his details again if I can find it, where he's got this YouTube channel. He's only 18, but he has millions of followers. He's making huge revenue from the adverts from it. And all he does is kind of spoof what's in the news. And you look at it and you think 18-year-old making his 5 or 6 minute videos and making all this money, wow. But then he talked about his process. He was saying he will spend anywhere from 12 to 16 hours a day researching, preparing, organising the information, brainstorming how to put it across. And they said, well, what do you eat? He said, I live on takeaways. So he's spending up to 16 hours a day with very little sleep to feed this video production of only videos that are 5 or 6 minutes long. So preparation is going to be key. Rehearse it, and like in public speaking, what I'd suggest you do is rehearse it out loud. So I tend to walk around, I'm walking a dog, I'll just talk about it. So a lot of people think I'm just talking to myself, which, to be fair, I am. And then I'll actually also rehearse it in this spot here without the camera running. I'll just run through it and then I film it. I like to film things in one take. So that's where the preparation comes in, which also means I'm going to make mistakes. So I tend to leave them in. It helps humanize the whole thing and helps with editing afterwards as well. The other thing is to remember, even though it's going on YouTube potentially to millions of people around the world, you're talking to one person at a time. So when you talk to somebody, you tend to look at them, don't you? Just like I'm doing now. Now, it can be very off-putting. You can have somebody saying something wonderful, but if they don't look at you, it's disconcerting. So notice, when I'm talking and I'm not actually looking at you and I'm just looking around, there's a real kind of disconnect between what's going on. So look at the person you're talking to. And if you need to, rather than picture the camera in front of you, picture another human being and maybe what they would want to know from you. So they're the 2 tips. One is preparation is key. 2 is look at the person. And I guess 3 is just do it. Give it a go. And I'd love to see your videos. I don't mind if they're the first kind of videos, and if you'd like a little bit of feedback, I'm happy to do that. You just need to post me to your video and your channel and I'll have a quick look, and if I can give you some feedback, I happily will. Right, until next week, where I think we could carry on this conversation. Have a wonderful week. Get filming. Your message needs to get out there.